I wondered if you could just briefly say where you are now to compared with how you were when we first started working together, what has changed for you at all?
Yeah, sure. I came with a lot of pain and inflammation, pain in different parts of my body, and I was feeling quite low mood about that, and feeling it's not going to shift and change. Um, so I feel like where I am now compared to then, I do feel quite a shift, um, particularly in my mood and my attitude towards what's here in the body. Um, yeah, so I think where I am now is I feel more hope. I feel a lot more hope. I feel more ease in my body. And yeah, I just kind of feel like that, care. I just felt really cared for. So I think that's kind of gone deep for me as well.
It's lovely. Thank you for sharing that. So, how are your pain levels, do you think, compared with what they were?
Um, I'd say my pain, well, particularly the shoulder. So I've had a inflammation, arthritis, and a frozen shoulder. So it's been really incredibly painful and limiting, well, very limited movement. I mean, most of the time I couldn't, and I've not been able to do that for such a long time. So that to me feels quite incredible. But it's not just the movement, it's the pain it caused down the rest of my arm and then debilitating this whole area, really. So that's been massive. I think the lessening of that pain and the result is huge for me. So, yeah, I think, and I know the other problem spot for me has been my ankle. I've been limping, and you did some work on that. And again, it just feels a lot looser. I mean, there's still a bit of stiffness. There's still a bit of stiffness, but I'd say the pain, wow, it's probably gone from a 10. They ask me this at the clinic, and I always say like a 9 or a 10, which
Yeah.
is probably exaggerated, but I'd say it's gone from that down to like a real manageable 4. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it feels huge. It
Oh,
really
it's
does.
lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm very pleased.
Yeah.
Um, I'm so busy listening. I'm not thinking about what I'm going to ask next.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at a piece of paper here where I've written things before. Um, I suppose I just ask, what would you say to somebody who's thinking about working with me and not sure?
I'd say definitely work with Sarah. She's lovely. And yeah, just I've really appreciated your style of working because sometimes I think you've intuitively picked up that I've been sad or low and you've not just launched into what you want to do. You've been really sensitive around what I might need. I've really felt that. And I think sometimes we've had quite a long chat about what's going on for me. And I have kind of shared with you about my low mood. And that's just been massively helpful for me. So I think the key thing about you for me has been that intuitive style that I feel you've got, that you're not just doing a one size fits all, here we go, off the shelf program. I feel like it was really tailored for me, and that's why I've benefited so much. So I'd say definitely work with Sarah. She's so compassionate, and even though it's through this medium of a screen, I have felt so cared for, and yeah, I felt real love. So yeah, that's been massive for me as somebody that lives alone and kind of struggles with pain and managing this body and, just kind of getting on with things. So it's been lovely to have that support.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That really means so much to me. Thank you. And I'm really, really pleased for you. I can't think of a better way of putting it.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you.
And you are so welcome anytime.
Well, I think it's just lovely when we can see each other. I think that's what's happening here is you're seeing me, and I think I can see you. I think that's
Yeah,
actually out
sounds
there.
like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so and it's a
I love
lovely,
I love that.
yeah, yeah.